Welcome to Fittest of the Coast 2025. My name is B.Friendly. It's our second year covering this competition. It's the 6th year of the competition. Kyle Oland and the crew putting on a competition that's continuing to grow here in the United States. Over 1,500 athletes will be competing in nearly 50 divisions over the next 3 days, and the pro individuals are starting things off at the newly renovated North Charleston sports complex. We're inside the aquatic center. All the rest of the individual athletes are competing outside on the football field. They got to run through some of the forestry around here. So great experience for both all the athletes in the individual field. Everyone will move to the convention center later this afternoon, and the competition will continue there throughout the weekend. We got 1.5 days of individual competition, and then starting on Saturday midday, we'll transition to teams, and they'll have a 1.5 day competition as well. We will stream a majority of the Pro Division live streams. Shout out to Rodri back in Spain for helping me with everything that we do, and Chad Mueller for the graphics that you guys will see here in a second. But yeah, we got 4 heats of pro women and then 4 heats of pro men starting off FOTC 2025. The theme this year is Let the Good Times Roll, and that's what we plan to do. Show you guys the workout here. It's an interval style workout. They got some swimming in the pool, 50 yards down and back. And then they'll get out of the pool after every lap and head to these sandbags, 40-pound sandbags for the women. The men's are lined up there behind them. They're 50 pounds. And sorry about that. They got a window of time to get it done, reset, and do it again, up to 6 intervals if they're needed to get to the total number of reps required. They got rep counters there, so we'll keep you updated of what's going on after each interval. In terms of understanding what we're looking at here, I'll show you guys a secondary view of the field of play. And from this camera angle, on the left side is lane number 1, and then all the way on the right side, where you may be able to see me standing from this view, is lane 10. So when we're Kyle's telling us we're good to go. The athletes in Heat 1 are going to take the floor, so we'll give it a chance to meet them here as they come out. But in lane number 3 is going to be Haley Rolfe. Lanes 1 and 2 will be empty. Haley Rolfe will be in 3. Shelly Carpino will be in 4. Emily Meyer will be in 5. Taylor Hodgwood in 6. Sammy Gouge in 7. Margaret Ann Hubble in 8. Shelby Norman in 9. And Mary Terrell in 10. So let the women get out here. Orange cap there is Haley Rolfe. Okay. Here's Shelly Carpino in the navy blue. Black cap to Emily Meyer. Taylor Pod Schweit. Sammy Gouge. Margaret Ann Hubble. Shelby Norman. And Mary Terrell will round out the field here in heat number 1. Media director Kyle Massey there in the middle of the pool, getting his swim on this morning. Like me, who was a competitive swimmer growing up, so we were sharing some memories from those days. Throw the workout up here again while they're getting ready to start. On the women's side of things, the defending champion from last year is in the field. Amanda Fisher will be coming up later on, I believe, in heat number 4. But we got a pretty deep field. Talent-wise, I wouldn't say there's really a front runner. And in terms of this early heat, spoke with Margaret Hubble this morning. She's got a swimmer's body for sure, and some swimming in her background, I think. And we got 2 youngsters in this one, Haley Rolfe and Emily Meyer. Haley is going to be on the far side from where we're looking out in the orange cap. Emily should be easy to identify. She's in the teal swimsuit, where everyone else has either a navy blue or black on. Looks like the athletes will be allowed to start in the pool. The first heat of 8 for this morning. Kyle Oland, the competition director here, 10 seconds to the start. He's manning the helm for this event this morning.
3, 2, 1, go!
So it'll be a down and back. And Meyer off to the early lead on the first swim. Already has like a body length over everyone else. Get a chance to see her here. She'll be in lane 5. Coming to the finish. Easy transition for Meyer. She's going to need to face to the right. Yeah, 40-pound thruster, and they're chasing 120 total reps here. All the women should be facing this way. Looks like maybe a little confusion for one of them. And we're just now approaching the 1 minute mark, so they have 60 seconds more. These bags are not very heavy, only 40 pounds. But the heart rate elevated after the swim. And everybody knows that thrusters, no matter what weight, catch up to you. Again, 120 is the total reps the women are chasing.
40 seconds.
Haley Rolfe, closest to her there, is about to do her 30th rep. She's going to drop it there with 30 seconds to go. So, quick break for Haley. Right behind her, Shelly Carpino does the same. Sammy Gouge drops the bag. 20 seconds left in this interval, and Emily Meyer takes a break for the first time.
15. 10. 3, 2, 1, rest. We're going to take a 1 minute rest.
I heard the judge say 46 for Carpino.
Judges, let's make sure
47. Let's see what Meyer gets. Assuming Emily Meyer is going to be in the lead here. 47, so this is actually going to be pretty close. Do we have a count on her? I actually see 50 down here. Margaret Hubble looks like she will be the lead at 50. Women's back in the pool here. We have 47 for Meyer, 46 for Carpino, and 47 for Haley Rolfe. So 4 athletes within 4 reps. Meyer was fastest on the swim, but will come in a tie for second on the thrusters, which is the only thing that counts here. See the big discrepancy there on the swim with Meyer almost 1.5 or 2 body lengths ahead of Hubble, who's second. Sammy Gouge in the purple cap on par with Haley Rolfe there, but Meyer already out of the water. Let's see how many thrusters she can get. Hubble's getting out now. That's 1, 2, 3. So they'll be tied, going rep for rep there now on the thrusters. Second working interval. They have a maximum of 6 if they need it, but only 120 reps required. Here's Margaret. Meyer drops the bag. Hubble has not. 30 seconds to go.
30 seconds.
Carpino gets it back up for the last 15 seconds. Haley Rolfe right in front of us there.
10.
Right behind Meyer, Podschweit drops with a few seconds to go. I don't think Hubble has dropped it yet.
3, 2, 1, rest.
2 intervals down. Let's check the flip cards.
We'll see what the totals are here in a minute. They're going to start with that.
Athletes all trying to recover. We'll let the judges flip the scorecards here and see. I think this next interval might be the last for some of them. 79 for Rolf, 85 Carpino, Meyer, 89, 92 for Hubble, and 83 down here, Mary Terrell hanging in the mix. All of those athletes are threatening to finish in the third interval. They're averaging over 40 thrusters per interval. If they can do that one more time here, they'll be done. Again, 120 is what the women are chasing here. And Meyer, again, by far the fastest swimmer there, getting that flip turn where most of the others, maybe all of the other women, are doing the wall touch and turn. And here comes Meyer, and now we got a race on our hands. She's throwing the goggles. She knows this is going to be her last interval. Again, she's a few reps behind, but she's going to make them up there on this swim. The difference has been on the bag. Hubble has not dropped in either of the first 2 intervals. Try to get everyone in the shot here.
1 minute.
So teal is Emily Meyer. She's 3 athletes from the front here, and then 3 athletes behind her is Hubble. I'm expecting Hubble's cycle rate still looks a little bit faster. She's been better on the bag in both of the first 2 rounds.
Who's going to finish this round? Who's going to get back in the pool?
30 seconds to go. Hand up for Hubble.
4 reps for Hubble, 3.
Meyer done. No judge's hand in the air, but Meyer finishes first. And now Hubble, about maybe 7:35 and 7:39.
15 seconds, ladies.
Carpino's done, 7:46.
10. 5.
3 reps to go for Rolf. 3 seconds.
1. Rest.
Gives it to her at the buzzer. It's Mary Terrell got in. We should have a couple athletes getting back in for the last round, but most of them in this heat finish. Rolf at the buzzer.
Just finished.
Carpino finishes. Great start to her weekend. Emily Meyer will take the heat. It should be 7:34 unofficial. Great job, Emily. Margaret and Hubble was almost a second or 2 behind. Where does she come in at? 7:38, so 4 seconds between them in the heat there. And Mary Terrell also should have finished. She got in at 7:57. Grateful to be done in 3 rounds, I'm sure. Three women will go on to the next round here. Give you the wide shot. Make some notes of the top scores so far. Man, I think those are going to be some good scores. Obviously, we have an event like this. It's very aerobic based and has a skill of swimming. You can have some great times coming out of all the heats. So we got 7:34, 7:38 is the top 2 times so far. And 3 women still in the water. Looks like lane 7, Sammy Gouge is going to be the first one back. We get with her here. Pink cap. She's got 15 to go. Two lanes behind her there. Shelby Norman's getting out. She was on 106, so she has 14 to go. 1 minute to go. Both women should be able to finish here, and the final athlete in the heat, lane 6, Taylor Podschweit, with 50 seconds to go, has 18 thrusters. Definitely doable. Gouge gets it done, just about the 10, 14, 15 mark.
You got this.
Norman done around 10:22.
30 seconds on the clock.
5 reps to go.
Nice, girl.
Taylor Podschweit.
Hold on. You got it.
She'll get it done. So all the women here done in the 4th interval. But Emily Meyer will take the heat win. Great start to her competition. And she's happy about it.
Lane 1, you're more than welcome to take some warm-up
We'll
laps. We got a few minutes till the next heat.
lay out for a few minutes while heat number 2 gets warmed up and gets ready to go.
go.
And we're back. The women in heat number 2. Yeah, Teresa Puckett is going to be in lane 7. She's likely favored in this heat. Well, let's take a look at the rest of the women alongside her. Give you guys a reminder of what it is that they're doing. We've had 1 heat already, 3 more heat of women, and 4 heat of men. There's Teresa in the red cap, finishing up the first 50-meter swim. In lane 9 down here, Leah Fairless, not too far behind her. Leanna Elric gets out in the green, Tori Garcia in the white, Melissa Hoof in the pink, and in the red closest to us should be Piper Doughton. I think we have 1 empty lane here, a no-show. 2 minutes to do some work, starting with the 50-meter buy-in or 50-yard buy-in in the pool, and then they have these 40-pound sandbags for thrusters, trying to get to 120 total reps. There is Teresa Puckett,
45 seconds.
Piper Doughton behind her, and Leah Fairless. Teresa and Lee, the first 2 athletes done with the swim. And in the next round, when she gets in the water, we'll take a look at what makes her swimming technique so efficient. 30 seconds to go in the interval. This will be rep number 40 here. 40 reps per round gets it done in 3 intervals. We had 5 women finish in 3 intervals in the last round. Emily Meyer, I believe she's 19 years old, 7:34, and then Margaret Ann Hubble at 7:38 were the first 2 done. 54 reps for Teresa Puckett, and looks relatively okay considering all the work that she just did. Let's introduce you to the rest of the heat. Sorry for starting a bit late. Very hot in here. Just giving the phone actually a chance to cool down. But this is Tori Garcia. She'll be in lane 3. Looks like she got 41 reps done. Right next to her, Leanna Elric with a smile on her face after doing 50 reps in the first interval in lane 4. We'll go to a wider shot for round 2 so that you can see all the athletes there. 35 reps here from Melissa Hoof. She'll be in the pink cap. Lane 6 is empty. Teresa Puckett did get 54. Piper Doughton had 35. And Lee Fairless with 51. So 3 women over 50 reps in this interval. Definitely going to be challenging Meyer's time. Of course, we can expect a little bit of a regression round by round. Second round starting. And here we go. And you see Teresa there out in front, that long stroke, reaching in front of her, feet up above the water, hips nice and high in the water. She's going to hit the flip turn at the other side on the left side of the screen. You see how far she comes out there, the streamline underwater, and then only a stroke or 2 behind her here. Lee Fairless. Lee's feet a little bit lower under the water, but hanging with her. So same 2 women out of the water and on the sandbag at the same time. We'll basically start in at the same time. Teresa had a 3-rep advantage to start this round, but we're going to get far enough in front here to also show Leanna there in the blue with the green cap, because she is much slower in the water than the other 2, but not too far behind on the part of this event that counts, which is the thrusters. The closest to it is Garcia, Tori Garcia. She had 41 in the first round. Leanna right behind her was on 50. Break there for Melissa.
45 seconds.
Teresa Puckett has taken the goggles off. Did not do that in the first round. She's the first of 3 women down there with the red cap. Closest to us after that empty lane. We got about 35 seconds left in the second interval. Next rep will be 80 right there for Liana. Smile that she had after round 1 is looking more like the grimace that you'd expect at this point in the workout, getting close to 100 thrusters.
10.
Last 10 seconds, bags up for the 3 leaders still. Everyone grinding out the last couple reps here before another minute of rest.
3, 2, 1, rest.
The 94. 94 for Liana. Let's check and see. Resting position here. She knows she's going to have less than 2 minutes of work coming up. Over 100 reps in 2 rounds. 102 reps. So she'll have a 5-rep advantage over Lee going into the final round. And only 18 remaining. And her swimming cap says swimming on it. I've known Teresa to be a swimmer, but man, also the capacity. Competed on a team last year. She's lining up to do both the individual and team competition this year. Several athletes are doing that. Here we go. Third interval for heat number 2 of 4 for the pro women here at Fittest of the Coast. 6th year of Fittest of the Coast. I was informed this morning that this whole facility was, this whole area was torn down and renovated and built up, and it's pretty cool for Kyle and the crew to be able to showcase it here as part of their competition. Only the pro individuals are in the pool, but just outside there's a big event going on for the rest of the individuals as well, and all told over 1,500 athletes in town for the good times this weekend at Fittest of the Coast. And look at the speed on Teresa Puckett here. 10 more reps for Puckett. Hand up for the judge. 7-minute mark, so we're going to have a new time to beat here. 7:04. We're going to have 2 other finishers in rather short order. Far side of the floor, Lee has a hand up. Last 3 reps for her. 7:19, and now Liana.
Lane number 4, Liana, judge's hand in the air.
Call it 7:27, so 3 women in this heat coming in ahead of Meyer's time from the heat 1. That time has just now passed. Margaret Ann Hubble at 7:38 will have the 5th best score up to this point. Hand up here for Garcia. 15 seconds to go. Looking to join 3 women from this heat and 5 from the other heats. 7:52.
5 seconds. 3, 2.
So that'll be 9 total finishers through the first 2 heats, and I believe 2 women in this heat will go to the next round.
It looks like we got
Liana Elric, 3rd fastest time we've seen so far. Great work, Liana.
Teresa Puckett, your heat winner.
Melissa Hoof will continue into the next interval. You want to do more swimming? More swimming? Yeah, that's how you know a swimmer. Lane 8 here, Piper Doughton on 77. Check and see what Melissa's on. 102. So Melissa definitely within striking distance of the finish here. Let's find out. Lee, you got a swimming background? Butterfly?
All of them.
I am.
Yeah.
Me too.
Nice.
All right, great job on that. That was fun. Lee Fairless likes all the strokes. So Teresa Puckett is doing a cool down swim. She's probably going to pop up here on her back, which she asked before doing that. The other 2 women on either side of her are into the 4th round here of event number 1. And it's really hot in here. My phone is giving me a warning signal. So I'm going to give you guys the wide shot here for those 2 to finish up. Sorry, I'm going to give you guys the wide shot for those 2 to finish up, and we'll be back with heat number 3, set to start at 8:47, so it's about 12 minutes from now. Heat 3 of 4 for the women here. Pro level at Fittest of the Coast 2025, getting in the water for event number 1. You see it there on the screen. They got 2 minutes to swim 50 yards and then do a max number of thrusters with the sandbag. 40 pounds is the weight, 120 reps is the goal. Fastest times we've seen so far, 7:04, 7:08, 7:27, 7:34, and 7:38. 9 total women have finished in 3 intervals through 2 heats. And we got an aggressive start here. Closest to us is Katie Flood in 10, Logan Thomas in 9, Anna Vincent in the pink cap in 8, Allison Wynn in 7, Madeline Helms in 6, Bryn Carrick in 5, Emma Harving in 4, Michaela O'Connell in 3. It's going to be a competitive heat, and it looks like Katie Flood and Logan Thomas going to be the first 2 women back right in front of us here. Anna Vincent in the pink there. And then on the far side, Emma Harving, I believe, in the black, will be 3rd and 4th out of the water. Pull the workout down and give you as good of a view as we can of the thrusters here. So again, lane 10 is closest to us. Usually I prefer to probably be in front, but 3 of the 4 leaders are here on the back side of the lanes. So closest to us is Katie Flood. Her and Logan Thomas, who are right in front of her in the white cap, are the first 2 out. Anna Vincent in the pink cap. Very wide stance. I would say uncertain about the depth on those, but moving at a fast rate. And then Emma Harving is way down there, second athlete from the end on the other side. Those are the first 4 out of the water, so we'll check in with their scores here. Harving is with the U.S. Army Warrior Fitness Team, one of the more experienced athletes in the field, comes in as one of the highest rated athletes based on other competitions. She usually competes at the Crash Crucible. She competed in the International Functional Fitness World Championships, where she had a top 10 finish. So let's take a look at the total reps here. We'll introduce you to the athletes at the same time. I'm just gonna give me one. All right, scores are updated. In lane 3 here, Michaela O'Connell, 39. Emma Harving, in the all black here, has 48. 40 reps for Bryn Carrick in the green cap. 43 here, Madeline Helms in the white. Allison Wynn on 53. Nice. 57 for Anna Vincent. Oh my goodness. 61 for Logan Thomas and 52 for Katie Flood. So very impressive opening round here for the women in Heat 3. And they'll start off on second set of 50-meter swim. Chasing 120 reps. And it's going to be Flood, then Thomas making the turn again. Vincent, Harving, still 3 and 4. Allison Wynn, Madeline Helms, no flip turn. And Bryn Carrick in the green cap hanging about 7th in the heat. So Flood and Thomas almost look like they're in a little swimming race here. But Thomas in this white cap was the leader after Heat 1 on 61 reps. There's Anna Vincent. Allison Wynn. And Emma Harving. So Harving closest to us here in lane 3. Michaela O'Connell's doing some backstrokes, still getting to her bag. 1 minute to go in the second interval. Bryn Carrick's in the green, light green top there. Madeline Helms right behind her. A lot of veterans in this field in terms of Southeast competition experience.
Lane number 9.
And still have one more heat to go.
The most reps yet for somebody through the first round.
Thomas was on 61. Is there a chance that she can get 59 done in this interval? Keeping her eyes on that. She's second from the end on there. with the red on the front of her swimsuit. She's almost bottoming out on every squat. It's pretty wild stamina to have. Last 10 seconds.
10, 5, 3, 2, 1, rest.
I don't think she finished, but I do think she got very close. All the women will rest here after the second round. We'll take
All
a
the
look
ladies
at
getting
the
back in
scores.
the room. What it looks like, we got lane number 9, Logan Thomas, very close.
Let the judges do their thing here. 40 seconds to the start of round 3. 93 for Harving, so she'll definitely be finishing in this interval. 73 for Carrick. 85 for Helms. She's going to have a chance. Allison Wynn over 100 reps. Everyone else over 100 reps here at the end. 100 exactly for Wynn. Vincent on 105. 113 for Thomas and 104 for Flood, I believe. Look at this fancy camera here, Kyle Massey. Oof. Third round in the third heat for women. One more heat coming up for the women after this, and then we have 4 heat of the pro men. Several athletes within 20 reps of finishing here. We'll get in position to bring them in as they finish up the 50-meter swim. It looks like Katie Flood's going to flip first. Vincent, Thomas, Harving, all right behind her. But the lead that she currently has is going to be a tough one to contend with. Here comes the leaders. Flood getting out on the far side. She's got 16 reps to go. Vincent's getting out. She's got 15 reps to go. That's going to be one of the battles to watch. Thomas only has 7 reps to go, so she can be comfortable here. Wynn has 20 reps to go. Harving's out, and she has 27 reps to go. So these are going to be the top 4 finishes. And it's going to be Logan Thomas, 6:59, the first woman to go sub 7 minutes. 7:05 unofficial for Flood, 7:07 for Vincent. 7:16 for Allison Wynn.
40 seconds.
So 4 women in already just in this heat. They'll join 9 others from the previous heats to finish in this interval. And we have a new top time of 6:59.
30 seconds.
Emma Harving, last rep at 7:32. So she'll beat all the times from heat 1. 3 women from heat number 2 will get in ahead of her.
20
Helms
seconds.
with 5 reps to go. So it looks like she's going to be able to finish here in the third interval as well, chasing some times from previous heats. 7:48 unofficial for Helms.
5, 3, 2, 1.
Bryn Carrick,
Rest.
I believe, got to 103. Yep, so she'll have 17 to go. And Michaela O'Connell, a little less proficient in the water than most of the others in her heat. She's at 84. So definitely a workout that's designed for everyone to finish. It's just a matter of when.
30 seconds.
Yeah, Allison Wynn, nice workout there. Anna, great start to the weekend.
Thank you.
You want to say hi to anyone?
Andy, if you're watching this, hi. Hi, babies. Hey.
Got a couple swimmers over here, I think. You guys swim? Do you swim growing up?
High school, so nothing super crazy, but I'm getting pretty comfortable.
Yeah. No, that was great. Very impressive.
Having us next to each other.
Well, that's what I said. I was like, it looks like they're having their own little dual meet over here.
During like the first 50, I was like, calm down. Remember, it's not a race. Like, it's not a 50 free. It's 120 thrusters. Like, don't get
Exactly.
caught up, but
That's right.
yeah, that was a good one.
Well, great job. Great job. They say they were kind of thinking the same as me, just having a little fun racing with each other, but realizing not to get caught up in the race in the pool because it's ultimately about the thrusters. The final heat of women is going to be starting 9:08. It's about 12 minutes from now. Bryn Carrick, Michaela O'Connell will finish up, throw it to the wide shot for you, cool off the phone, and we'll be back with the final heat of women here for event 1. Logan Thomas, new time to beat, 6:59. Final heat of women are in the water for the first event here in the pro individual division at Fittest of the Coast 2025. Thank you guys for being with us. We're at the North Charleston Sports Complex, newly renovated in the swimming center here. And farthest away from us in lane 1 is Elena Pomerici. Lane 3 is Elena. Lane 4, Cass Lane. Lane 5, Christine Best. Amanda Fisher's in 6. McKenna Enslin's in 7. Chloe Carano in 8. Sabrina Tabor is in 9. Kendra Dutton is in 10, and it looks like a pretty close battle here. In lane 8, Chloe Carano is just barely going to out-touch Christine Best, and then Amanda Fisher. Ultimately, the swim is the buy-in every round. What they're really chasing is 120 reps with this 40-pound thruster, and Amanda Fisher comes in as a defending champion, and one of her many skills as an athlete is squatting speed and capacity and power, and immediately you're seeing that this 40-pound bag is a non-issue for her. 45 seconds to go in the first working interval. Pull a little wider so we can get everyone in the frame here. Closest to us in lane 3 is Elena. Cass Lane right behind her in the orange swim cap.
30
seconds. Black behind her is Christine Best, who is second out of the water. Christine Best qualified for the games as an individual in 2020. Came 2 spots short in the last chance qualifier in 2022. She's been competing on a team the last 2 seasons.
15.
Spoke to her yesterday, and she said, she saw I picked her third. She goes, why not first? And I said, well,
10.
Haven't done much individual competing recently, but I'm sure you're still fit. She goes, you'll see.
5.
So Christine's here
3,
doing what she usually does.
2, 1, rest.
And let's see what the score placards say after one interval. It's always interesting to watch the women, the athletes, how they react after an intense effort like that. Cass Lane choosing to take a seat. Christine Best, hands on the hips. Amanda Fisher went to a little partial squat. 49 reps here for Elena, 40 for Cass, 60 for Christine Best. One short of what we saw from Logan Thomas, who currently has the top time at 6:59. 49 for Fisher, 40 for McKenna Enslin, 50 for Chloe Carano, 50 for Sabrina Tabor, and 45 for Kendra Dutton. And those will be the score tallies after that first round. 15 seconds to the start of interval number 2. All the athletes allowed to start in the water each round. In fact, I think they have to. And final heat of women, second round underway, chasing 120 reps on the thruster. And it's kind of interesting to see Chloe Carano already with a full body length lead over Sabrina Tabor, but their score placards say the exact same number of reps after round 1. Amanda Fisher, long pause on the wall there in the yellow cap. So it's going to be Best and Carano out of the water again, but Best was able to get 10 more reps. Here is Chloe Carano. And here's Christine Best, who is probably the only athlete remaining who has a chance to take down the top score so far. We've had a ton of impressive performances through the first 3 heat of women. And behind Amanda Fisher there, McKenna Ensign, last one to get to her bag, struggling a little bit in the
50
water.
seconds.
6:59 from Logan Thomas, 7:04 Teresa Puckett, 7:05 Katie Flood, 7:07 Anna Vincent, Emma Harving, 7:16 are the top 5 times. All those are unofficial, just from what I was able to see from where I stand. I believe we've had 16 women
30
finish in the
seconds.
third interval. 30 seconds left in interval number 2 here. And Christine Best ripping through these.
20.
She's over 100 reps. Logan Thomas had 113 after 2 intervals.
10.
That's 110 for Best.
5, 3,
Last
2,
5 reps.
1, rest.
She's going to have 4 reps to go. That's 2 expletives. Wanted to finish that in 2 rounds, which I didn't even think was possible. My goodness.
Christine Best, your leader on the floor.
Kyle, 4 reps to go. 4 reps to go.
4 reps to go for Christine.
3 reps to go.
3 reps.
Got to get those 50 meters in first, though.
25 seconds.
Amanda Fisher, it's McKenna Enslin, 2-time semifinalist the last 2 years, 23rd in the North America East this past season. Pretty good showing in one of the most competitive divisions in the world. No swimming at the semifinals, though. See how McKenna handles this one. Once she gets in the gym, I think she's going to be one of the better women in the field. 3rd round, and a majority of the women will finish in this interval. Christine Best is going to be the first one of them done. Dutton has 75 reps. Tabor has 97. 93 for Carano. 81 for Enslin. 72 for Fisher. 117, as we know, for Best. 84 for Cass Lane, and Elena Pomeranci has 95, is probably the next most likely one to finish in this. So Carano really good in the water, but struggling a bit on the sandbag. And overall, it looks like a lot of good scores are going to come out, or finishes are going to come out of previous heats. Cass Lane amongst the leaders out of the water this time, but 6:45 on the clock, and Christine Best is 2 and now 1 rep away from opening up FOTC 2025 with an event win, 6:51 unofficial. And the veteran laying it down here on day number 1 in the pool in the final heat for the
1
women.
minute athletes.
6:59 will pass, so Logan Thomas will get that second score. 7:04 for Puckett, 7:05 for Flood, and 7:07 for Vincent. So those end up being the top 5. Harving at 7:16 is going to be coming in next, 2 seconds from now. So she'll have a 6th place finish on a 5th officially. Leah Farrellis at 7:19 is going to have a great start to her competition. Hand up here for Elena Pomeranci, who we thought would be the second one done. And it looks like she's going to be. That's a 7:28 or 9. It's very close with a couple times from previous heats. It looks like, can't tell if Carano is taking a break or if she's done. We're going to have to check in over there. I think she might be done as well as Sabrina Tabor. Cass Lane finishes up at 7:42. So we'll add her to the list of women to finish in 3 rounds. Amanda Fisher, defending champ, coming in, still working on the bags. And it looks like McKenna Enslin is actually going to be finishing before her. Enslin will get in.
3, 2, 1, rest.
So Fisher will get stuck on the bag there. McKenna Enslin, a little bit of a slow start, but a nice finish underneath the 3rd cap. Carano did get in. Let's check that time there. 7:27 and change. That's going to be in the mix with some other women from the previous heat. I don't know. Sabrina, nice job there. Also at 7:27, so that's going to be pretty close. She's got more than 75, right? 110 over here for Kendra Dutton.
I know, I got an advantage for it.
Okay.
Nowhere. I told you I could swim fast, Brian. See that last swim?
Yeah, I saw that last one. I even called you out for it on the stream. So you can just clip those.
5, 3, 2, 1, go.
2 women in the water for the 4th interval here in the final heat for the pro women's divisions. Amanda Fisher and Kendra Dutton. And I was talking about it with McKenna Enslin. When she gets in the gym, how good she can be. And of course, same can be said for Amanda Fisher, having won this thing last year. She did get off to a slow start. I think she was a 12th out of 16th on the running event last year, and she was able to climb back up for the win. But you see that long pause on the wall again for her. And hey, you know, when it comes to swimming, like, it's one of those things. It's hard to just keep doing it if you're not comfortable doing it. It's a little different than running, where you can still walk or jog really slowly. Dutton touches the wall. She's got 10 reps to go. So So last 10 reps down there for Kendra Dutton. Last meter or so is swimming for Amanda Fisher, and she's going to have less than a minute, and she's got 19 thrusters to get done. She's going to want to finish those. She will not want to be getting back in the pool again. Dutton gets it done.
40 seconds remaining for Amanda Fisher.
Smooth, smooth. Come on. There you go. That's all you got. Let's go. You can do it. Come on. 10 left, 10 left. Yes.
10 reps to go. 30 seconds should not be an issue.
Come on. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's it. 3.
20 seconds.
Come on.
And last rep for Amanda Fisher. So all the women in Heat 4 will finish it up.
Atta girl, atta girl.
Christine, little interview?
Right now? Yeah, sure.
Why not? You're rested, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
We spoke yesterday,
Yes, you did.
and you know, I had told you, well, you've been competing teams, so I wasn't quite sure, but you said no, I still got it.
Yeah. I'm working really hard, and I feel like, I'm excited for the season. I'm not going to be doing individual, but I figured why not give it a shot, see what I still have in my 35-year age. So
Yeah, you've been competing for a long time,
Yeah.
many different places, venues, a lot of success. Was there? How'd you find out about Fittest of the Coast, or why'd you decide to come here this year?
one of my friends at the gym was going to do the competition, so I was like, why not? Let me do some qualifiers, which were really hard, and and did it. And doing team on Saturday and Sunday, so I'm excited. Lots of fitness this weekend.
Yeah, and I think, am I right that you're technically Masters eligible now?
I am Masters eligible now.
There's some women in this division that are under 20.
Yeah.
Does that mean is that kind of crazy to think about?
Yeah, because I mean, I was there once, and I feel like I still identify as like 28, so I'm not really
Me
yet
too.
at 35. But I feel the fittest I've ever felt, so it's pretty good.
Well, that was a great performance.
Oh,
I think
thank
you're
you.
one of 2 women to do it under 7 minutes. I know you wanted to get it in 2 intervals, but
I did. 3 left, but that was hard. That was tough.
event win to start the weekend.
Yeah, pretty
well
cool.
done, Christine.
All right, thanks so much.
Christine Best will take the win there. First time here at Fittest of the Coast. Amanda Fisher finishing it up. We'll look forward to seeing her in the gym later on this afternoon with the rest of the women. The men will be taking on the same event in a few minutes. We'll keep the stream rolling, and we'll be back with the elite men in Pro Division here from the North Charleston Sports Complex. Let's see, the first men's heat is set to start 11 minutes from now. Welcome back inside the North Charleston Sports Complex here for Fittest of the Coast 2025. My name is Brian Friend, and the pro men are getting set to take on individual event 1. It's an interval style workout. We saw 4 heats of the women do it. We got 4 heats for the guys as well. It'll be a 50-yard swim, so it's a down and back. They'll get out of the pool. They'll head to these sandbags. They weigh 50 pounds, so 10 pounds more than the women had. And they have 15 additional reps as well, so they're chasing 135 reps instead of 120. We did have 2 women finish underneath 7 minutes. Christine Best taking the win. She came within 3 reps of finishing in 2 intervals. I don't think the men will be able to finish in 2, but the best one should be finishing in 3 like the women did. And we saw competitive times coming out of all 4 heats on the men's side. Closest to us is lane 10. That is Seth Sharrett. Lane 9, Tristan Meredith. Troy Kopp is in 8. Javier Sabia is in 7. John Paul Hethcock, throwback name to the sanctional era, lane 6. Caden Myers, the young man, in lane number 5. Shaquille Hamilton in 4, and Zach Ramirez in 3. It looks actually maybe not Zach Ramirez in 3. It looks like an empty lane. Pretty tight here through the first swim. 4 men up towards the front.
2 minutes. Rest for 1 minute.
And getting out here pretty much at the same time. It looks like it's Troy Kopp, Tristan Meredith, JP Hethcock in the red shorts, and Caden Myers. Those first 4 guys all relatively similar to each other. Shaquille Hamilton right in front of us. Last guy out, but still with over a minute to work. So it's Shaquille, Caden, John Paul Hethcock, the 3 guys closest to us. Javier Sabia, Troy Kopp, Tristan Meredith, and Seth Shard at the far side of the floor. Pull down the workout here so you guys can get a better view of the athletes as they work their way through 135 thrusters with this 50-pound sandbag. 60 and
40 seconds.
Or 61 reps was the most that we saw in any single interval from the women. Let's see what the early pace is in heat 1 on the men's side of thing.
25.
20 seconds to go.
15.
None of the guys have set the bag down yet. This one, don't think that they will. Caden Myers
3,
in the red
2,
cap there,
1.
still
Rest.
18 years old. But he's got a lot of experience competing. Let's take a look at what the scores say here. 51 for Caden, 50 for Hethcock, 45 for Shaquille, 41 for Javier, 60. Troy Kopp, 60. Wow, 54 Tristan Meredith. And Seth Sharrett's judge going to come make the adjustment here, but 53 reps for him. So several athletes over the 50 threshold. And Troy Kopp, who's the 3rd athlete from us here from this angle, on 60 reps leading the way through the first interval. Again, the men chasing 135 total reps, whereas the women only had to get 120. Not sure why that was change that was made, but the task is set. It's the same for everyone in the division, and that's what they're going to get after here. No clear dominant swimmers here. Troy and JP make the turn at the same time. Tristan and Caden right behind them. And pretty much down the line view is the best that we can do to get them all in the frame here. So we'll go to that because there's so many athletes that are going to be highly competitive with each other. Troy will be first out again.
Troy Kopp, first out of the pool, lane number 8.
Hethcock right behind him. Now Caden Myers will be 3rd in this interval. And Tristan Meredith, member of the Atlanta Wild grid team, coming off a championship in the fall on the far side of the pool. He's the 2nd from the end. Seth Sharrett is the last man out of the pool in the 2nd interval here for heat 1. He's at the back of the line. And Troy Kopp, I almost want to zoom in on him here if we can. He's two, John's in the red, and two behind him there is Troy. And you look at that torso, nice and upright, rebounding out of the bottom there. Just an incredible cadence and position for Troy, helping to explain how he was able to get 60 reps. 25 seconds to go. He did take a little bit of a pause there.
20 seconds, athletes.
Can't tell how many reps he's at, but I'm guessing he's over 100.
15. 10.
Caden Myers now over 100 reps.
2, 1, rest.
So 2 intervals down here for heat 1. Shaquille straight to the water to rest the legs there. And I spoke with Amanda Fisher briefly after she finished up, and she said her legs just blew up. Definitely possible in an event like this. Getting in the water, if you're not comfortable doing that, especially under a lot of fatigue, can be quite a daunting thing. Okay, I thought that I was off on my count there. So 93. Oh my gosh, 93. 91 for Hathcock, 79 Javier, 114 for Kopp. Just ridiculous. We're going to keep track of that. I don't know if anyone's going to be on this pace in future heats. Now, Troy's a good swimmer. I don't know if he's going to be the best swimmer in the field, but his thruster cadence and strength is fantastic. Oh my God, was I on the wrong camera that entire time? Oh well. I won't screw it up on this one if I did it in that one. Third interval here for heat 1 of the men in event number 1. Kopp makes a turn first. Followed again by Hathcock and Myers. These guys chasing 135 reps. And Troy Kopp is going to be the winner of this heat. He's right here in the black. So I'll give you a reference there as we zoom back out a little bit to get the other leaders in the heat in frame. And keep an eye on him as well. Just past the 7-minute mark. Hand goes up for Kopp.
Hand in the air for Troy.
Call it 7:15.
Right there.
Man, even with 10 more pounds and 15 more reps, that was on par with the top 5 or 6 time for the women. Now let's see. Got 3 other guys who can potentially finish in this interval. 25 seconds to go. 10 reps to go for Caden Myers. He's got to dig here. If he can avoid that last swim, you know he's going to want to do that. Hathcock and Meredith also potentially within touching distance. Myers, hand up for him.
5.
7:56. Caden Myers will get it done in the third interval.
Rest.
So 2 guys able to finish 135 reps in the third working interval. John Paul Hathcock says, nice one, bud. He's still got some work to do, but he can recognize a good performance when he sees it. Didn't want to do any more swimming.
Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't want to swim for 2 reps.
Hathcock's got 15 to go. Troy Kopp. Unbelievable performance, dude. 116 for Meredith, 113 for Seth down here. So most of these guys are going to be finishing in the 4th round, and now it's kind of a race to the finishes. Several of them are within 5-6 reps of each other. And in the meantime, Caden Myers and Troy Kopp just get to relax and enjoy as the rest of their heat continues to work. Ethcock and Aaron Sevilla make the turn first on this round. Sheridan, Meredith, and Hamilton all going to take a rest on the far side of the floor.
Yeah, I agree. I use them.
Just heard the Cop and Myers talking about that the sandbag's actually pretty nice, feels good. So the race is going to be on here. Javier gets a sandbag up first, but he was 8 reps behind Ethcock.
135 reps and going forward.
We're going to expect JP will be the first one done. But Javier may have made a big move on the rest of the heat here as Meredith and Sherritt are falling behind. Meredith was one of the early leaders, but he's now drifting.
40 seconds.
10:19 unofficial for Ethcock. 10:27, so nice close there in the 4th round for Aaron Sevilla. 5 more for Meredith.
20.
Last rep for Sherritt, so that's 10:40. Meredith 10:41.
15. 10. 5. 3, 2, 1. Rest.
Oh my goodness. He's gonna give it to him.
Give it up for the first seed. It looks like we got all these men done.
Let's see if we can find out about Troy Kopp real quick.
Yeah, brother. Hey, good luck.
Troy, hold this by your chin. I have a couple of questions for you.
Yeah.
We can walk and talk, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know if I've seen you compete before. You do a lot of...
It's been a long time.
it's been a long time.
So I qualified for the Atlas Games in 2020
Okay.
when it was canceled.
I was there. You
Yep,
were there when
I
it
was
was
there.
canceled. Damn, okay.
And then had some knee stuff going on, and that lasted for the last few years. I did Metcon Rush in 21.
Okay.
And
going
then
back
this is
this
the
year?
first competition that I've been at really since then.
Maybe do Metcon Rush again this year.
That's
I'll be
the
there.
plan, yeah.
Cool. Tim puts on a good show. Do you have a swimming background at all?
No. I did. I swam as a kid. At like,
Yeah.
parents were like, "Hey, get out of the house." But other than that, no, I didn't.
And I-
I was never on swim team or nothing.
And you were good enough in the water there. I was talking about it on the stream. Your thruster position was phenomenal.
Thank you.
You're getting low in the squat. You're coming out of it quickly. Would you consider thrusters a strength of yours?
I like thrusters.
Usually, if you like thrusters, you're a pretty fit individual. So that was a great start to the weekend. And man, that's crazy that we were in the same location 4 years ago and I didn't get to see you compete. So looking forward to it this weekend.
Yep. Thank you.
Good start, man.
Thank you.
Troy Kopp sets the tone early in heat number 1. We got 3 more heats of individual men coming on to take on the swim thruster here, FOTC 25. Heat 2 of 4 rolls on here at Fittest of the Coast 2025. Event number 1 for the pro men. We got a swimming and thruster combination to start things off this year. Chris Dunn's going to be down here in 10. Justin Johnson will be in 9. Brendan Willis will be in lane 8. Logan Brown, blue cap, keep an eye on him in the water here. Lane 7. Travis Moore, another swimmer's body there. Lane number 6. Josh Workman, be in 5. Evan Greenberg in 4. And Frank Minervini, lane number 3, would be closest to us here.
All right, looks like all my judges are ready.
Worldly man.
Here we go. All right, athletes, we're going to get going. Heat number 2 in 10 seconds.
10 seconds to start of heat number 2, 50 yards down
Here
and
we
back.
go.
And then they'll head to that
3,
50-pound
2, 1, go.
sandbag, chasing 135 thruster
These
reps.
gentlemen are going to work for 2 minutes, rest for 1 minute. They got
And straight out of the gate, Moore and Brown in the middle of the lane. The two guys we thought would be probably the best swimmers seem like they are, at least in this first interval. Neither one of them going for the flip turns. No flip turns in the entire heat so far. Willis and Chris Dunn pretty close to those guys. Bring them in here for you. And get our first look at heat number 2 on the sandbag thrusters here. Moore is going to be closer to us here in the colorful shorts. Logan Brown right behind him. Then Brendan Willis, Justin Johnson, and Chris Dunn going towards the back there. Coming into frame, Josh Workman, Evan Greenberg, and Frank Minervini will be in the front right here in the maroon colored shorts. So we try to get all the guys in camera for you here. They got about 50 seconds remaining in the first working interval. We did see Troy Kopp get to 60 reps in this interval in the first heat.
$40 seconds, 40 seconds.
He ended up with 135 reps as opposed to the 120 that the women have. I don't think that we're going to see any chance for a 2-round finish. 3 rounds is going to be really good. We only had 2 men who did that in the first heat. It was Kopp, 7:15, and then Hayden Myers,
20.
the 18-year-old, 7:56, just sneaking in under the cap for that round. Last 15 seconds here.
10 seconds.
And we'll get our first chance to kind of see
5,
early leaders are going to be
3,
good at the swim. Definitely
2,
helps,
1.
but moving the
Rest.
sandbag well is what wins this event for sure. We'll let the judges flip the scorecards over, and we'll get again of a good idea of where the men in heat number 2 sit as they get ready for the second interval. A little sip on his drink there for Travis Moore. Adjust his sandbags so he's not on the drain. 48 for Minervini, 42. Greenberg, 45 for Workman, 53 for Moore, 54 for Brown, 56 for Willis. Wasn't the fastest in the swim, but cruising on the thrusters. 51 for Johnson and 41 for Chris Dunn. And Chris Dunn was ahead of Willis on the swim, but falls at least 12 reps behind there on the sandbag. So as I was saying, it's that sandbag where you can really make the difference. 5 seconds to the start of round 2, heat 2 of 4 for the individual men in the pro division. Logan Brown, aggressive push up the wall in the blue cap. Love to see him get underwater a little bit more instead of fighting the resistance on top. And the far side of the pool there, Greenberg is doing the Tarzan swim, head out of the water, no goggles, but he's getting it done. So the leaders in the pool, Logan Brown and Travis Moore once again. Third right now is Brendan Willis, but Willis is the leader in terms of the sandbag after 1 round. Quick transitions. Brown squat clean on the first rep. Travis Moore, similar, and Willis is going to be right behind them. And Willis there, let's take a look at his thruster. very close on the depth, but we're not wasting any energy when you do that, as long as you're getting away with it with the judge. Three guys out of the water first. We're the three leaders after
40
the first
seconds.
round, but
40 seconds.
a lot can change round to round for some of the athletes. 40 seconds to go in this interval. So far, everyone's looking pretty good, so I don't
30
think we're going to
seconds.
see too much movement inside the heat on this round.
$20 seconds, athletes. 10,
Last 10 seconds here in round number 2.
5, 3, 2,
there.
1. Rest.
The mental reset. Minorini, elbows on the knees, hands on the knees for Greenberg. Take a seat here for Workman. See what the scorecards say. $85 reps for Frank. Greenberg's on 83. Workman's on 88. 99 for Travis Moore. Logan Brown and Brendan Willis within 1 rep of each other, 104 and 105. So we're going to have a race on our hands there. 99 for Justin Johnson and Chris Dunn on 68, rounding out the heat. So these will be the two guys battling for the heat win. They are 9 and 10 reps behind Kopp's pace.
5, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Third round for heat 2 of the men underway here. And the race is on.
We've got in lane number 8, 105 reps, Brendan Willis. Closely followed by 104 reps, Logan Brown.
Leaders on the swim once again are Moore and Brown, but it's not as big of a separation as they had in the first 2 rounds, as both Willis and Justin Johnson are hanging a little bit close to them. Justin Johnson and Travis Moore are both on 99 reps. Logan Brown trails Willis by 1 rep coming into this interval, 104 versus 105. He's going to make at least that 1 rep up here before he gets out of the water. So that'll put him even, and now we'll have the lead, and now it's a race to the finish as they have less than 30 reps to go. These should be the first 4 men to finish in this heat and possibly the only ones to do it in this interval. We'll see. We have a minute to go until the end of this interval. We'll keep our eyes on Frank Minervini out at the front, and as well as Josh Workman, but these 4 guys are going to be the ones likely to come in here. So Troy Kopp's time is going to pass at 7:15. He'll maintain the overall lead heading into heat 3. 5 reps to go for Logan Brown. Hand up for Brendan Willis. Brown at 7:29 will take the heat. Hand up for Moore. 7:34 unofficial for Willis. Moore 7:38. 7:42 for Justin Johnson. And we'll take a look at the rest of the guys. There's 5 seconds to go. I'm not sure anyone else is going to get in underneath the cap of this round.
2,
Oh, maybe.
1. Rest.
Actually, let's check and see if Workman got in. Did he finish it there? No, 122. Okay. So Travis Moore will have a nice finish. 3rd in the heat, 4th so far through 2 heats. Logan Brown will take the heat win. 2nd fastest time we've seen so far.
It's Caden Myers.
He didn't beat you. Troy Kopp
right.
did.
Go up there.
Brendan Willis. Nice performance there. Smooth work on the thruster bag. These young guys, huh?
Yeah, I know. Getting up there now.
Rest of the heat will get back in the water for the 4th time. So we'll go to the wide view on the other side of the pool, as that's where most of the work is being done. Farthest away from me now is Chris Dunn. Closest to Frank Minervini, then Evan Greenberg, then Josh Workman. Dunn has 90 reps done. He still needs 45 more. So that's a mighty task. He's going to need 2 more rounds to get that done. The other 3 guys should be within striking distance of the finish. 122 for Workman, 125 for Greenberg, 114 for Minervini.
They're going for 100.
But the swim is now starting to catch up for these guys. We've got a minute and 10 seconds left in this interval. Of the 3 here, Workman's out first. He trailed Greenberg by 3 reps, and he had a 8-rep lead over Minervini. So moving very well with the pill bag here in the 4th round, and looks like he's probably going to be the next man to finish. 10:19 from Hethcock and 10:27 from Aaron Sabia are relevant times. He'll beat both of those. 10:16 for Workman.
Evan Greenberg.
JP Hethcock's time will pass, but Greenberg should come in ahead of Aaron Sabia.
30 seconds.
Last few reps here for Minervini. There were time that was 10:35. We also had times of 10:40, 10:41, and 11. So Frank will beat those guys. Workman gets in just ahead of Greenberg. And even Dunn out on the floor is the last man working in heat 2. He's going to have about 22 reps to go in the last interval. And we'll let Chris Dunn finish up the work. We'll be back with heat 3 at 10:11. So we got about 13 minutes. And men, heat number 3 of 4 will be taking on the swim thruster.
The team
Heat 3 of 4 for the men's pro division, set to start their Fittest of the Coast 2025 journey here in the North Charleston Sports Complex with interval style workout of swimming and sandbag thrusters. The sandbag weighs 50 pounds. The swim is 50 yards, and the goal is to get 135 reps. You have 2 minutes to work, 1 minute to rest. Everyone's going to get it done. Most of them will get it done in the third or fourth round. We've had about an even split through the first two heats, and Troy Kopp out of Heat 1 at 7:15, Logan Brown out of Heat 2 at 7:29, and Brendan Willis out of Heat 2 at 7:34 are the top three guys so far. Lane 10 is closest to us. In lane 10 in this heat is Luke Burns. He's wearing a blue cap. Jordan Lundeen is next to him. Noah Wilson. And the red cap is Benjamin Sexton. One of the competition favorites, I would say. Zane Parisi is in 6. Tyler Brandenburg is in 5. Quinn Robinson, second place here last year, is in 4. And Troy Clay is in 3. And we still have another heat to go. Only way to get into FOTC is to do the qualifier. They're seeded based on that for today. We'll reseed the Pro Division for tomorrow, but we're going to have some competitive times. And it looks like it's Sexton and Robinson by about a body length getting to the wall first, followed by pretty much the rest of the heat. I believe Brandenburg's going to be the last one out. Here's Luke Burns. There's Jordan Lundeen. Noah Wilson. There's Ben Sexton in the red. Zane Parisi. Tyler Brandenburg. There's Quinn Robinson. And in front of the pack here, Troy Clay, as the men get to work on those 135 thrusters with the 50-pound sandbag. We know 60's about as good as it's going to get in the first round. We've seen a couple athletes, male and female, eclipse the 60 rep number.
30 seconds.
A lot of people will be between 45 and 55 reps.
20.
And generally speaking, after the first round, we have kind of not necessarily know who's going to win, but we can identify some little packs of athletes within each heat that will most likely be battling amongst each other over the next 2 rounds. 6 men have finished this in 3 rounds so far.
3, 2,
All but 2 have finished it in 4 rounds, and the first round comes to an end. 1 minute reset. The judges will flip the scorecards. Let's take a look and see what the story is telling us. "65 reps for Quinn Robinson, the most we've seen, male or female so far. Wow, 54 here for Clay. Quinn Robinson, 65. 40 reps for Brandenburg. He was the last one out of the water. 55 for Zane. Nicely done. Ben Sexton, 56. Noah Wilson, 55. Jordan Lundeen, 56. And let's check in on the final here athlete and see. Let's say 61. Troy Clay also on 61. So almost bookends the 2 leaders, Robinson and Clay, as the men in Heat 3 are off on their second swim. And let's kind of walk with them here and see. It's on the other side of the pool, but nice long strokes for Robinson, helping him pull ahead of the pack once again. Ben Sexton in the red cap, and again, no flip turns for the men. Oh, middle of the lane, we did get a flip turn there. Zane, he touches around the same time as Troy Clay, Jordan Lundeen, and on the far side of the pool, Robinson, first out of the water, already on 65 reps. See him all by himself down there. And then closest to us now is going to be Luke Burns. Excuse me, I think I misspoke there. Luke Burns closest to us. And again, the depth on the thruster is really tight there. That looks good to me. And Luke made a move on the sandbag in round number 1, and we can get a pretty good glimpse as to why. All the men are wearing black on the bottom, so difficult to tell any separation there. But Luke Burns closest to us, then Jordan, Noah, Ben Sexton, Zane, Tyler, Quinn Robinson, and Troy Clay. 40 seconds to go. Quinn Robinson still cycling very fast. Luke Burns doing the same. Luke Burns is one of these athletes, with the exception of maybe that 315-pound squat clean. Now that I see him in the water, I'm going to be talking about this guy throughout the next day for sure. But tremendous fitness capacity, good gymnastics. It's my understanding that Luke Burns is going to be in the mix. 109 for Burns through 2 rounds, so he's going to be set up to finish this. 106 right next to him for Jordan Lundeen. Jordan made the semifinals a couple years ago. 104, wow, for Noah Wilson. We're going to have a heck of a finish here. Ben Sexton, what is he at? 103. 106 for Zane.
36.
Tyler's on 72. 123 for Quinn.
35.
96 for Troy Clay. The race is on as we got Quinn Robinson who's going for chase down that top time from Cop.
A lot of guys very tight.
5 guys within 6 reps of each other, and all of them are in the neighborhood of the Logan Brown, Brendan Willises of the world, who are finishing at 7:29 and 7:34.
Go.
So this is going to be Quinn Robinson and then a mad dash to the finish, to the extent that I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to call out all the times and write them down accurately, but I will call out the order that I see them finish in, just in case anything's needed in terms of reviewing on the stream. But Quinn Robinson again first to make the turn. Wanted to finish it in 2. Nobody's finishing it in 2, Quinn, I'm sorry. But he's about to finish in 3, and he's got to chase down 7:15. There's currently 6:38 on the clock, so that's going to be a non-issue. As Quinn Robinson, second place here last year to Dre Strom. Dre's not in the field, so he's the top male returning, and he seems to have his sights set on the top of the podium this year. It's certainly going to be an event win out of the gates. 5 seconds to go till the 7-minute mark, and at 6:56, Quinn Robinson will take event 1 for the men. Now, we got 5 guys battling. We're looking at the clock. We're looking at them. No hands up yet. Still no hands up. 7:15 has passed. Now we got a hand up for Zane. Hands up. No. So it's going to go Luke Burns, then Zane. Ben Sexton. And then between Jordan and Noah, I have no idea. All of those guys finished between 7:28 and 7:34. Brown and Willis were also in that threshold. So those 5 guys, plus Logan Brown and Brendan Willis, it literally may have to be a stopwatch that we enact later on. I mean, that is so close. Troy Clay at 7:53 is going to get in. He'll be just ahead of Caden Myers from the first heat, but behind Brown, Willis, Moore, and Johnson. Those 5 guys plus 2 from the previous heat, all within 5 seconds of each other. Have absolutely no idea between Jordan and Noah who finished first and second. That one's going to come down to the stopwatches. Quinn, can I steal you for a word?
Yes, sir.
You just hold this by your chin.
Yeah, sure.
20 seconds.
You see this workout, is it just like something that you look forward to?
Yeah, no pacing allowed. I did swim team. Yeah, no pacing allowed. Did swim team growing up, so that and thrusters, knew I had to try to blow it out of the water and see how it went. No pun intended. So, I mean, those guys weren't far behind. Like, it was close. I had to go. Everybody's really good in this field.
Still 20 seconds ahead of the next closest time, which was actually from a previous heat.
Oh, okay.
And those guys were about 30 seconds behind you. But
Or
any impact from the thrusters with the legs getting back in the pool?
the swimming actually felt good because it kind of drained your quads a little bit because all this workout was quads burning. So
I don't know
the
if
swimming
all the
helped.
athletes can resonate with that feeling, but it's nice to have it.
Yeah, it was nice, nice flush.
I had kind of in the preview to this said that last year here was sort of a breakout for you, maybe on the individual side.
Yeah.
Of maybe the most like high level competition you've had a competitive showing at.
Yeah, definitely on the Indy side.
Yeah. I think, of course, your teams have had some success prior to that, but was that motivating for you at all coming out of
Yeah.
last year's Fittest of the Coast?
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, I've done a lot of team and had like incredible teammates for 4 years, so I'm really blessed by that. But once you step out there by yourself, it's a lot different feeling. So last year was big for me, man. I, like you said, competed a lot of teams, so just the mentality of doing it individual and being out on the floor by yourself and all the little conversations you have alone at that point instead of getting to talk through it with your teammates. So it was a good year for me for sure.
You know, I think most of the guys in the field here, it's a lot of Southeast guys, some team athletes as well from other gyms and stuff. When you look at this field, do you feel like a podium run or a championship run is in the cards for you the next day or two as well?
I think so. I knew I had to kill this one because, dude, I suck at pirouettes. Handstand tricks are not my forte.
All right.
Good at CrossFit, not very good at handstand tricks. So the field's stacked, though, so I'm going to have to really give it my best all weekend. And all these guys are obviously giving it their best as well, so it's going to be close. I don't know. I could either end up on the podium or in like 10th place. Everybody's really good, so we'll see.
At least have the event lead through 3 heats. Let's see if anyone in Heat 4 can bring it.
Yeah, hopefully it holds up.
All right,
Thanks,
good
dude.
stuff, Quinn.
3, 2, 1, rest.
$110 reps in the books there for Tyler Brandenburg, the last guy standing here. Nice work there.
Thanks, man.
I got a little confused between lanes 1 and 10. At one point, I called you Troy instead of Luke, but I corrected myself. That was good.
Yeah, it was hard.
That was really, really tight and competitive.
Zach Priest?
No, it's Zane, dude.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, bro.
I'm sorry about
No,
that.
you're good, dude.
So I'm gonna take the blame no matter whose fault it is.
No, honestly, it wasn't that deep, bro. I just thought it was funny. So
It's kind of funny, but my I'm gonna talk to these guys for a second. We'll be back with the final heat in a couple minutes for the pro men here from the swimming complex in North Charleston.
Thanks for doing this, though. That's awesome.
I don't like when I make mistakes like that. I know that like it's a shitload of athletes. Like we're trying to get recognition, but it's funny. It's kind of ironic. It's when the first motivation I had for this was back at the regionals in 2014 when this guy won his heat, but he didn't even say his name. Winner of the heat out of lane 3, and I'm like, dude, it's so hard just to get here, let alone to win your heat or to win an event. That like when I saw that, I was like, damn. And so I'm happy that I'm actually glad.
I wanted to be you knowing that you were going to be here. I'm the bigger ones, too. So see me? Run. You okay? I can run 200 meters? I'm 5 times faster than yours. No, they're not. I did 45 rope climbs. I did like 45. And I cycled the barbell. It's almost like a bucket man. I got no rep on the first rep. The camera on. Real good. I honestly just met him at one. I didn't do a How long was he?
I didn't ever have a chance to look. I don't know.
He
How long
was,
was it taking him to swim? Like how many seconds
like,
was he at before we got in?
I was probably getting out like
he was like at least a body length ahead of the whole field.
I took too much time on the first one looking around.
Sorry, they've asked you guys to go around to the restroom, especially if you're wearing that bullshit shirt.
Are we allowed to just watch through the window?
Yeah, you can. Do
Okay.
More so I can see your focus.
Final heat of men out on the pool deck here for pro individual event 1. This is Fittest of the Coast 2025. Theme this year is Let the Good Times Roll, and we're doing that here from the North Charleston Sports Complex inside the Aquatic Center, newly renovated in the area. Awesome that Kyle and the guys have made an opportunity for the athletes in the pro division to get a swim as part of their 1.5-day competition. It'll end in the middle of the day tomorrow, and then the teams will take over. Some of these guys are doing both individual and team competition this weekend. Quinn Robinson out of the previous heat was the first male to finish under 7 minutes on this. Let's take a look at the guys in the final heat. We got Matt Gilpin down here in lane number 9. Zachary Levy will be in lane 8. Brandon Smith in 7. Hank Brenda will be in 6. Riley Good in 5. Looks like lane 4 is going to be empty. And Frank Mastroani be in 4. No Alexander Majors?
No, he went through.
Okay.
on the back, the full bag has the head.
So we've had Quinn Robinson finish 6:56 unofficial. Troy Kopp out of heat 1, 7:15. And then it's craziness on the leaderboard. There were 5 guys in the last heat, plus Logan Brown, Brendan Willis, and Travis Moore from the previous heat that all finished within about 8 seconds of each other. Some of them were so tight in the same heat last one that I don't know who was ahead of the other one. But if you want to have a top 3 finish here, you're going to need to be faster than 7:27 for sure. So that's what we'll be looking at. Pretty even heat out of the gate here. Excuse the camera shakiness. No, that's the wrong heat. Damn, sorry. Am I flipping the heat sheets the wrong way? Trying to do too much. Okay. Lane 9, Matt Gilpin was the first one to make the turn, but Brandon Smith is going to touch just ahead of him. Grenda and Riley Good, Hank Grenda and Riley Good will be right behind them. Zach Levy's getting out of the water right now. And that'll leave Frank Mastroianni as the last man out. Only 6 men in this heat. Final of 4 heats for the men. And Frank taking his time getting out of the water. You'll see him there at the far side of the pool, just now getting to that 50-pound bag. 135 reps is required. 2 minutes of work, 1 minute of rest for as many rounds as possible. Got about 1:15 remaining. I have definitely had some athletes with some questionable depth on the thrusters, but not in this heat. It looks like everyone's getting below parallel really nicely. And the weight's not heavy, but when you think about this many reps thruster, as Quinn Robinson told us, you feel it in the quads more than anything. You think about the benchmark workout, Jackie. Empty barbell, but 50 reps, and it's, even though it's light, it can add up. Last 10 seconds here, and then we'll get a first chance to see where the reps are at for these guys in the final heat. We saw 65 from Quinn Robinson. It's the most any male or female had in one interval. Only about 5 or 6 total people have managed to get over 60 in the first working interval.
Yep.
62 for Matt Gilpin. Damn. 51 for Levy. 65 for Brandon Smith. Okay. 60. What is going on? 63 for Hank Grenda. 69 for Riley Good. I talked to Riley earlier today. He said he was looking forward to this one, but my goodness, 38 for Frank Mastroianni. So Quinn Robinson's time not necessarily safe here, as heat 4 men getting ready for the second interval of event number 1. And again, it's kind of 4 guys out in front there. Gilpin on the far left, Smith, Grenda, and Riley Good, all touching the wall at the same time. Gilpin, the only one opting for the flip turn, but it didn't gain him too much relative to the other guys. Brandon Smith was the RX winner of Tier Wadapalooza 2 years ago. The RX is the second highest division there, although that division usually is on par with the level of competition you'd see at something like this. Riley Good has had a lot of success on teams and also individually in some competitions in the Southeast recently, and you see how he got to 69 reps. I mean, this is just crazy. It's almost like he's doing air squats.
1 minute, 1 minute.
And you can see if you just watch with Hank, who's right behind him there, and Brandon, 2 people behind him,
Nobody's
that
finished in 2.
he's making up a rep
Gonna be done.
every 4 reps maybe on them. 45 seconds to go. So over 100 reps already.
Thirty seconds.
Judge telling him to get it over the head. He's staring at the clock.
20 seconds.
20 seconds and 15 reps. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it done.
10 seconds.
Nope.
Can it be finished in 2, 3, 2, 1. Rest.
He's going to come up a few reps short. 3 reps to be exact. He looks like he's ready to get in the water right away. Not happy about not finishing. And now he's chasing down that time of 6:56 from Quinn Robinson. He's checking on the other guys. These guys are going to likely be in the neighborhood of that jammed packed number that we saw between 7:27 and 7:34. So 132 for Riley,
30 seconds.
114 for Hank Grenda, 112 Brandon Smith, 115 Matt Gilpin. 92 for Frank, 84
5,
for Zach Levy.
3, 2, 1, go.
This is going to be the last working interval for at least 4 of these guys, and we're going to get an answer to the question in terms of who is the winner of event number 1 between Quinn Robinson, 6:56 unofficial from the previous heat, and Riley Good. He has 3 thrusters to go. The clock says 6:20 as he makes the turn. If he can do 20 seconds on the way back, get out of the water and do 3 reps in less than 15 seconds, he should end up taking the win here to start things off in the pro men's division. He's got 20 seconds to get these 3 reps. And he knows it's tight. That's 1, 2, 3. Riley Good will take the win, pro men event number 1.
Riley Good, first to finish.
Quinn Robinson will finish second. Troy Kopp is going to be the next time out of Heat 1 at 7:15, but we got a hand up for Grenda and Gilpin here. Gilpin, then Grenda, both ahead of Kopp. Brandon Smith will be next in, and he'll beat that entire pack. So Riley Good will win the event. Quinn Robinson will get second. It should go Gilpin, then Grenda, then Kopp, then Smith as the top 6 guys coming out of all the different heats. Then it's a huge pile up, and I'm not entirely sure. We do have 2 guys still working here. Frank Mastroeni losing the cap there, and Zach Levy got
15
the
seconds.
tag on the floor.
10. 5 reps. 3, 2, 1, rest.
I believe Frank got it done there underneath the cap. So a nice push to the finish there for Mastroeni.
With a bike?
You said that was fun.
That was fun.
And you told me earlier you're looking forward to this one.
I am, yeah. I like swimming. I wish it was 100 meters.
Really?
Yeah. But, because it just made it hurt more of the squats, which is fine. I'm a squatter. That was really fun, the event, though.
What do you feel that, obviously it's helpful to be a good swimmer, but I think overall that the thrusters were where this was won and lost.
Squat speed. It was all about squat speed, so I just knew I needed to have enough time because it's only a 50-pound pill, so everyone's going to go unbroken. So you got to go.
Yeah.
Got to hurt.
You had a lot of success in the last year, I would say. One beach brawl.
Yep.
Qualified for the games. Nice finish last 2 weeks ago at Tijuana. You've been doing this a long time, though. Do you feel like you're still getting better?
Yeah. I'd stop if I wasn't. I swear, like every week I'm like, whoa, I could never do that before. And so it's really fun. If it's just one more rep or just waking up feeling better, like I just want to prolong being old as long as possible. So
That's
It's
the
been
name
great.
of the game, on and off the competition floor, I think.
Oh, 100%. I want to feel good just walking around in life.
When you show up to competitions like this, do you have any goals for yourself?
Honestly, I haven't really focused on Indy in 3 years, 2 years. And so me and Michael's goal is just to push myself and see how far my body can take because we don't really get a lot of testing. I train by myself most of the time. So we just want to see how far I can go.
Well, I think it'll be a pretty competitive field.
I do. There are a bunch of dogs here. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a dog fight. It'll be fun.
And obviously you're off to a great start, so we'll see you on the
I
convention.
needed that one. I needed that one.
Good stuff, brother. Riley Good will take the win on event 1. Zach Levy looking to finish up his event 1 here as well.
I
10 reps to go, 30 seconds to get it done. You'll have plenty of time to do that, and there are some competitive. This is still competitive against some scores from previous heats. You heard all the guys talk about how competitive this division is, so every rep, every second, every placement will count for these guys.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it, Douglas.
All right. Event 1 is in the books here from the Aquatic Center. Riley Good will take it down. Quinn Robinson will take second. And we will transition back to the convention center for the remainder of the competition. I did want to just show you guys, because I told you there was this event going on outside. It's been, most of the people have already cycled through, but all the other individuals here at Fittest of the Coast have had a chance to take an odd object carry and run out here at the same facility. And it's such a cool thing that these guys do. So many athletes competing here. What's up, man? Good to see you. So I just wanted to give you guys, you got to go around. Yeah, around on the front, there's a restroom. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys a shot of this. And we'll be back from the convention center later on.